Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week we have a lot of fun new Hasbro leaks, and I'm excited to tell you about it. But first, let's talk about Busbee. There is now a double fire at Walmart, which is really similar to the double shot. If you remember, the double shot was a break-action shotgun, and you put darts in shells and shells in the blaster, and it's actually a really fun, tactile thing to do, and it's a type of blaster that I really like. For the double fire, which is this one, they no longer use the shells. You just put the darts straight into the breech. So that saves a step, and I know I've already lost my shells for my double shot. So this is a longer lasting thing, if for no other reason than it's hard to keep track of shells. However, do Busbee designers have hands? It's difficult to tell, because there's not a lot to hold on to here until you get right up onto the stock. I do have to give them some kudos on the side saddle dart holder. That's a nice touch. Blaster like this, not very practical, but they're fun to use, and for $10, why not? And now on to official Hasbro stuff before we get to the fun leaks. The new Deadpool Kronos is now available on Hasbro Pulse. We saw this very briefly at Toy Fair, I think, and there was a leak with the name Chimichanga in it. This is that. The deco is really cool. I love the look of it. I hope that it's on both sides. Both of the images offered show the same side of the blaster, so I wouldn't get too excited about that until I see the other side. It is $35 though, which is a lot of money for a Kronos. Good thing it also comes with the throwable Chimichanga. That's, in my opinion, the only reason to buy this blaster for that price. But the Chimichanga is pretty funny. And continuing with Hasbro releases, this is the Fortnite SMG II, which is available now on pre-order from Hasbro Pulse. This is basically a Strife, and it's the first of the Fortnite blasters that I just love. The shapes are so cool, the lines are really good. I like this purple color, but I think it'll lend itself pretty well to paint jobs. The spikes are interesting. I have no idea what the in-game model looks like. Probably like this, and it's a cool looking blaster. Even though it's a 6-dart mag, the deco on the magazine is also super cool. I really hope that the cage is one that already exists so that we can just slap that in there and it's already ready to go. But we'll just have to cross our fingers for now. It's going to be available on January 1st, and it'll cost $33, which that's not a bad price for a new blaster that's hopefully as good as the Strife. And now we get to the fun leaky leaks. Thank you to Ben Sheep for finding this image of the DS6 Shell Shack. Oh, it's what we wanted the trilogy to be, I think. Everyone was a little bit let down by that one, but this is in a more compact size, a better looking shape in my opinion. So how it works is there's a ratchet prime, you drop your shell into it, close it up, and then you fire 3 darts. What's cooler than that? And it can hold a second shell underneath it, and it comes with both shells. Hasbro isn't forcing you to buy a refill pack. That is awesome. And it finally makes this new type of shell worthwhile, I hope. And for €20, that doesn't seem too bad. So roughly 22 American dollars, I think. After that last leak was posted, Utter Travesty delved even deeper into that German toy distribution website and found more Alpha Strike blasters that I think are finally starting to get interesting. The first one we'll talk about is the Hammerstorm. Reading the description, it is a rotary drum blaster that holds 8 darts, so that's better than a hammer shot, maybe even going into Lawbringer territory. It has what's described as a cocking lever, but Google Translate did that for me. I don't speak German. I assume that means hammer prime. Goes with the name. Makes sense to me. And for $20, this is seeming on the upper end of the Alpha Strike line, and I hope that the performance is in line with that price as well. And then there's another blaster, also in the Alpha Strike line, the Alpha Strike Flyte. This sounds to me like another Strife blaster. It's definitely semi-auto, and it comes with a 10 dart mag and 20 darts. This is the first motorized Alpha Strike blaster. It's the first Alpha Strike blaster that's coming with mags, and I am very much looking forward to if it performs on the same level as the Elite style blasters. Unfortunately, I do think that they both will be very stripped down versions, probably with skeleton grips, just like with the rest of the line. So ergonomics and comfort, even style, I don't think is the aim for this. And at $36 for the Flyte, I hope that it's a winner. I'm looking forward to images for both, and I'm looking forward to finally being able to see these in the hands of people. And just when I think I'm finished with this episode, Captain Slug uploads to Thingiverse. He made the U Caliburn. It's a very simplified version of the Caliburn that does not use threaded rods and instead uses U channels. And there's a lot of really nice features of this blaster that I'm looking forward to seeing in practice. You can top load the magazine, you can insert and remove the magazine with the breech closed. He says that there's no twist or flex in it, even without a top bar. The U channel helps you to align all of the components properly. It's 20% lighter and 30% shorter total print time. And if that isn't a winner, I don't know what is. Honestly, the threaded rods before kind of sucked. I had to tighten my original Caliburn after every single round, and I had to just make sure that my my later versions of things, I just had to make sure that it was really cranked and ready to go before a game. At least I didn't have to do it every round, but this will be even better. Won't do it at all. It'll just work. This week's Mod of the Week comes from Yataro Kit Kat. He challenged himself to combine blasters without any paint and came up with a super sweet Battle Camo Master Key. It incorporates a Strife, some Spitfires, and a Rough Cut, all in the Battle Camo paint scheme, and he didn't paint anything himself. Even the cheek rest that he designed and the motor covers, he didn't paint them. He just changed the filament colors as they were going through to match the pattern, and I wouldn't even have noticed if he didn't say anything. It turned out super well. I didn't think that it was really possible to have this cohesive of an integration without needing a lot of paint to fill in all of any gaps and epoxy and all the stuff holding it together. He did a really, really good job on this thing. And it's not just externally modded, it is also internally modded. It's a full auto Neo Hellcat build with a 42.5 cage, so it's a heavy hitter too. Excellent job. And the video of the week comes from Tropicana Thunder with this gameplay footage from their test game of Day of the Dead. That's an event put on by Games of Foam. It sounds like they do a lot of really cool things in the UK. Overall, it's just good footage. The camera used is really nice, but what's really great about this is the voiceover work. I love that he voiced over the footage. I can tell what he's thinking when he makes a move. When something works funny with the blaster, he knows. He's like, oh yeah, it's like that, and I'm gonna do this to fix it next time. When he was moving from place to place, it made sense. When other people were doing things, he talked about it. It just, learning why people do the things they do is very interesting. And if I ever actually edit and upload my own gameplay footage one day, I think I'll also do this voiceover. It's a really good idea. Thanks for sharing that video. And that is the news. I'm so happy there's finally leaks again. That's probably my favorite thing to talk about on the news. Reminder to people, Black Friday is coming up very, very soon. So if you don't want to pay full price for the very expensive new blasters, definitely keep your eye out for sales. Soon, very soon. I hope I can get a Percy's for real cheap. The Percy's looks awesome. Oh, okay, I need to go put on some fuzzy socks, sit down, talk to Michelle and bother her while she's editing this thing, and I will see you next week, Monday, Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel. Whee! Is the Fortnite SMG. I was looking at a totally different place. Let's do this again. Ben Shep found the DS6 Shell Shack DS6 with Shellstrike. I don't know why I'm saying Shell Shock this whole time. Shellstrike. German toy distribution website, Spielwarren. Yeah, the Google translate it for me. I don't need to walk up.